Whoa. Whoa. Hi. Hello. It's me. It's me. It's Blaine. It's Blaine. Okay. It's Blaine. Uh, hi. Hi, Ventrails. Hi. Don't say Stumblebee. Traves. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Kane. Hi, Traves again. Hi, Kane again. And hi, Johnny again. Hello, hello, hello. It's me. I'm Blaine. Hi, Ventrails again. Hello. Hi. That's as many as you get. You get two. You're not getting a third from me. Traves can have a word. Hi, Traves. And a special third one just for Traves. Hi, hello. Hi, as you may have, don't give me that. That doesn't work on me, or it does. It does actually. I feel bad. You can't do that. You can't do that to me. Hi, Trekkie. Hello. I stumbled for a second because my predilection is to just say hi, Snake, but I figured maybe using your actual name would be nice. Hi. As you may have surmised, hey, sorry. Yes, you should follow Trekkie. Can you, Traves? That's you. I know that's you. Can you do the bot? Can you do the bot shout out so it's more visible to me? More visible generally. Do the exclamation SO if it's not asking too much. I don't know if you found a cool easy way to do it on mobile or something. That's cool. That's fine. But I need to hear Moobot say it or it doesn't count. I need to see Moobot say it or it doesn't count. Anyway, that's not a big deal. Hi. As you may surmise from Butterfunk. Butterfunk. As you may surmise from our title, and from my Blue Sky post, if you're on Blue Sky, I post on Blue Sky when I go live. I do that every time. Uh, it's probably annoying, but whatever. I feel like it. Maybe it's not annoying. Maybe it's what people expect to see on social media. I guess feel annoying when I look at my profile and it's just. I figured that's exactly what was happening because I noticed the other day, Monday. Uh, Thank you for assuring me that it's not annoying because I feel annoying. um, um, I noticed that it was just the inline shout out, and I was like, did my Moobot break? What happened? And then I figured you found a trick. Traves' trick. Traves' one weird trick to confuse rabbits. Anyway, I don't think I finished my sentence that I was gonna finish. Did I finish? Maybe I did finish it. We're playing pipe game. Have I said that? It's one of those nights. It's an ADHD night. Hi. Um, One good trick for cool bugs. True. It's true. Um, we're playing pipe game. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't feel like doing anything in particular, like interesting or cool. So what we're gonna do is oh no, shit. Is that Rain World? Is that Rain? That looks like Rain World. Yeah. Shit. Get piped. Get piped, Rain World creature. The slug cat. Um, we're gonna play pipes. We're gonna play pipe game and talk about it. And talk, well, not talk about it. Talk about anything. Um. Also, I'm gonna start putting together a playlist of actual music for our pipe talk segments. Music is currently stopped because Spotify is trying to give me an advertisement. Um, for some reason, it can't do that. For some reason, you don't hear it. I mean, I obviously hear it. It's not just a weird side effect of my ad blocker because I don't have an ad blocker, obviously. But if I were to have an ad blocker that works on Spotify ads, um, and it made Spotify hitch sometimes and just not play anything. That's what would have been happening right then, but obviously I don't do that. Uh, Let me know how volume is. 'Cause I know lyrical music. I might be competing with a little bit more. Also, I should probably adjust my mic. Hold, I should probably do this without it actually being hot mic. I really need an actual microphone. That's like my number one perch of mic when it's hot. The thing I want most once I actually get income from doing this. Uh, that's just too quiet for me, but I can turn it up on my end. Let me know how it is for y'all. I keep fucking with it, so maybe I should stop and wait for someone to say. I think pipe game and chatting is cool and fun and nice. Cool, good, me too. Um, Spotify just does that sometimes. It's a glitch, yeah. Bean is protecting us from the ads with her powerful aura and nothing else. Yeah, I love that. Is music too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it just right, or can you even hear me asking you questions over the music? Let me know. Respond now on your touch tone pad. It's fine. Do I have any other headphones users for whom the sensitivity might be more pronounced or whatever. Why did I say that? I don't know. Anyway, pep game. Let's. Yeah, phone. I figured. Either way, though, I do appreciate the feedback from literally anybody. Competing a bit for you, headphones. Exactly what I wanted to see. Thank you very much, Ventrails. Let me adjusto. And uh, let me know how this is, and if I need to adjust it further down or back up, let me know. You don't have to do that, Traves. um, yeah, seems fine to you now. Perfect. That's good enough feedback for me, honestly. If it's comfortable for you, and you don't feel like I'm competing over it, that's fine. I won't hear it because the reason why I have actual music on, is thank you. Because I don't save the audio. I don't save my. Okay, thank you very much, Trace. I love you. You're appreciated. Um, I don't save the audio track for Firefox to my VODs. So this is just for us. And if you watch my VODs and you're like, why is it silent? She's always talking about music. Are they gaslighting me about this music nonsense? I'm not gaslighting you. It's just I have it so that it doesn't pick up on VODs. Um, so this is for us live watchers. This is just for us stream heads. VOD heads have silence at the moment. It's just me talking. This stream is like for the VOD experience. These streams are going to be one of those avant-garde. Uh, uh, she's just standing and hopping back and forth silently. Um, Sorry. Enjoy. Anyway, that's enough not looking at Pipe Game. Let's look at Pipe Game. That only goes to VOD but didn't play on stream. That's interesting because the opposite is easy. Having it not go to VOD is easy. Having it only go to VOD, I don't know. It's probably Yeah, VOD viewers bring your own music. I'm very sorry. Uh, uh, love you. Thank you for watching my VOD. Why are you watching my VODs? You have so much better shit you could be doing. But I appreciate it more than words can express. Thank you very much. If you're listening on the VOD right now, you're a real one. Well, you can't be doing it right now, but I mean, like if you're there right now, come to the present with us. What are you doing? But if you're there later, thank you for doing that. If you're here now live, hi, hello. Music is not real. It's just an inside joke between everyone here at Beanstream. Thanks, future people. We appreciate you. So I had a VLC window of stream beats going to VOD, but it was muted for me to hear it not going to live. That would be great to set up. That would be a great thing to have. Yeah, if you can repeat it, note that shit down and do share. I will probably attempt to figure that out on my own. Now that you've told me that it might be possible, I'm going to investigate that because that would be really handy. The thing is that I'm so paranoid that I don't even have my the stream beats is all I usually use anyway, and it's still just not going to VOD. But I pull up videos randomly and shit. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just whatever. Pipe game. Pipe game. What's she doing? What's she doing? What's she doing? What's she doing? Nah, what the hell is she doing? This, that might be right. This can't be right. Literally impossible. There we go. Yesterday was my dad's birthday, and we had homemade lasagna, which is really good. I just had leftovers. And my mom also baked a super moist chocolate cake. And I also had that shortly before going live, and the echoes of it are playing in my mouth even still, and it's incredible. It's an incredible sensation. It's an incredible experience. Thank you. This talk always sounds like a lot. Bless all y'all for figuring it out. Audio, yeah, it's infuriating. It's. I don't trust my actual audio setup at all. I'm sure it could sound better even with my shitty headset. But it's sort of I can only do so much of it before I fly into a rage and become a threat to myself and those around me. So I have to do it in small fucking doses. If she is exposed to audio editing for too long, she becomes a monster. Not in a fun way. Just in a violent and angry way. I begin lashing out and thumping and biting your books, and it's a whole thing. It's a disaster. Which is why I kind of just I kind of just did it how it is, and then I haven't fucked with it since I did that. I don't even really check it much, but before streams anymore, I kind of just let it go and just if it's bad, no one has told me it's unlistenable. And I listen to my own VODs sometimes, which might surprise you or weird you out. I don't know. But I'm really cute and funny. I I have a lot of good things that I say, and it's fun to listen to me talk. This is me practicing self-love. Because I do need practice at it, but in this case, it's actually really easy because I'm right. I'm really cute and funny and fun to listen to. So thanks for being here. And thank you also, Bean, in the future for listening back to yourself. I'm trying. You're killing it. I am terribly paranoid about audio stuff, so I prefer to be very intentional about what goes live. I feel that if I was too obsessed with it, I would never press the go live button. If I was that intentional, I would never stream. So I at a certain point I just have to let it go, you know. But I totally get it. I totally get where you're coming from. Believe me. um, the next fun idea I had was making something in StreamerBot to make timestamps anytime an alert or audio event goes off to make it easier for me to edit, remove them. Hold on, that was just kind of word soup. I said it all out loud, but I processed none of it. Let me try again. Let me eat the soup. I was just kind of blowing on it. The next fun idea I had was making something in StreamerBot to make timestamps anytime an alert or audio event goes off to make it for easier for me to edit, remove them. I see. Yeah. YouTube PP slaps on copyright has wasted so many hours. But yeah. That makes sense. Present Bean and Future Bean are two of my favorite people. They also happen to be the same person, I think. Smile. I'll never tell. I'll never tell. It's convenient for me if you think that. What is that? What could that possibly mean? Don't worry about it. Smile. This is nonsense. I love it. Time shenanigans. I should be a time wizard, like canonically in kayfabe. I should be a time wizard. Cause why the hell not? Why wouldn't you be a time wizard? Like, if you're designing VTuber lore and you want to be a time wizard, why would you ever stop yourself? Why would you ever say no? I won't be a time wizard. I think that's the wrong call. Actually, I think you say, yeah, I'm a time wizard now. I do time magic now. I eat dog shit now. Does anybody know? I have to find this. Hold on. Uh, I'm absolutely not gonna show it while I do it. I can do it on my second browser. Look at the pipes here. I have to show I eat dog shit now. Um uh uh dog what are those book covers? Book cover. No. I forgot what those are called. Shit. This is gonna be impossible to find it like this. I sound like I've lost my mind. Um yeah, I eat dog shit now. What are those called? It's some kind of paperback. No, that's not right. Fuck, what are those called? I can't remember. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I can't find this for you. I want to. Is that it? Is it Paperback Paradise? The shitpost book covers. Is that right? Oh, this looks right. Oh, here we go. Okay. Paperback Paradise. I eat dog shit now. Yeah, here we go. Um, it's so ridiculous. Uh, Sorry for iFunny. Whatever. Oh, this shouldn't even be in. Ah, Jesus. Hold. I'm taking it back over here. You will see it in a moment. Here. I don't want it to be in the fucking website. That's ridiculous. Here we go. Um, I adore this ridiculous shit. Uh, okay, open image. There we go. There it is. So here's this. Hi, Joey. Um, Now, Paperback Paradise presents God's Punishment. Now you eat dog shit. This image lives in my brain forever. And this is the Animorphs. This is, I forget what his name is, but he still acts and stuff. He's still in things, but this is Jake from Animorphs. What's happening? Sure could go for some dog shit. I eat dog shit now? Question mark. What did I do? What did I do? I eat dog shit now? Sean Ashmore, thank you. I heard it recently. A boy turns into a dog and eats dog shit for lying. Wish I was eating dog shit right now. Part 1, The Sins of Children series. Yeah, these are all the Animorphs. You got Marco, Cassie, Rachel, Jake, and it's got to be either Axe or Tobias. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's probably Tobias. Anyway, I know about Animorphs. Anyway, some people never eat dog shit. Some do. God can see and hear everything. So when Kevin and his friends decided to watch a PG-13 movie when they were supposed to be studying, God knew he would have to punish Kevin since it was his house. The next day before school, Kevin suddenly morphs into a dog and runs outside to look for dog shit to eat. He eats all the dog shit in the neighborhood, and the neighbors give this hungry boy a round of applause for cleaning up the place. But when he morphs back into Kevin, they are all disgusted. They call him Dog Shit Boy and tell him to stay the hell away from their dogs' asses. Every few hours, Kevin turns back into a dog to eat more dog shit. The only way Kevin will be free of God's curse is to figure out what he's being punished for. But if he can't do that before midnight, he'll eat dog shit for the rest of his life. This tape contains the episodes Dog Shit Boy and God's Gun, parts 1 and 2. Anyway, which one of them turned into a polar bear to maul a racist when they went back to the 60s? That's Rachel. That's her. Queen shit. This one. Rachel is the aggressive one, which is kind of great. Yeah, no, she just gets pissed and will kill anybody with a wild beast. She will turn into any wild beast and kill somebody. Cassie likes horses. One of the things I know about Cassie, one of the things that I remember and will never forget, is that she turned into a caterpillar, and she was a caterpillar for too long, so she was going to be a caterpillar forever. But then she cocooned. She went into a cocoon and turned into a butterfly in her cocoon, like a sort of natural anamorph. As caterpillars are. Caterpillars are God's anamorphs, are the natural born anamorphs of our natural world, as is known. And then when she came out of the cocoon and turned into a butterfly, she was able to transform back into a person again and use all of her powers, or transforming powers again. And everyone was so distraught, all of the human friends were all distraught that their friend turned into a bug and was going to be a bug forever. But then the alien guy, Axe, was like, wait, she anamorphed in the cocoon? And they're like, what do you mean? Well, if she naturally transformed, then she has another 2 hours. And they're all like, what the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? How do you know that? And also, how? Why? And anyway. Some guy killed people, so they turned him into a rat and put him on an island. That is an extremely reductive way of putting it. That was a very intense arc. That was like 3 books. That guy was like literally a war criminal. It's not just he killed some people. He was like legit, like he wanted to kill everybody. He was like actually evil. It's not just oh he did some murders, so they turned him into a rat and punished him for doing murders. He doesn't eat rat shit now because murder. He probably, I don't remember the particulars. I just know that he sorry, Heg. Hi, Heg. Yeah, hand it over. For everything I've done so far, me just point blanking hand it over to our dog furry is probably the most absurd. Anyway, yeah. So he eats rat shit now, because he was really evil and bad. It was David. Thank you. Yeah. I hadn't started trying to think about it yet. But no, you're right. It was David. Anyway, he was a real piece of shit, and he eats rat shit now, not dog shit. Sure could go for some dog shit. This phrase. So I saw this on a streamer did something not unlike I'm doing right now. Atlantis is full of inbred freaks. That might be true. It was gonna bug you. True. Uh, Atlantis is full of inbred freaks. That I don't know exactly what you're referencing. Are you referencing the dolphin book? That you can't be referencing the dolphin. That must be something that came later. Cause oh, I don't know where you got inbred freaks. Well, unless I'm misremembering, I might be misremembering. I know they found an axe down there. Anyway, I'm sorry for talking about Animorphs. This is a shitpost book thing. This is a shitpost image, and I saw it once in 2020, in early 2020, and I have never forgotten this phrase. I eat dog shit now? Question mark. We're talking about Animorphs. The book is not actually Animorphs, but it is flavored after Animorphs. Yes. It's been like a decade since I read the whole series. Only 1 decade? Because I haven't read those since fucking elementary school. Like, genuinely. I know you're older. I'm pretty sure you're older than me, but anyway. If you read them recently, that's awesome. True. Yeah. He did do that. I didn't get to that point in the books, I don't think. I only ever got to like book 30 out of 40 or whatever. Yeah, I haven't seen Animorphs in almost 2 decades. I'd never finished it as a kid and found quite a lot of them to finally finish the series. I loved it. Oh, I love that for you. Anyway, now you eat dog shit. I don't remember why I said I eat dog shit now. I don't know why I brought all this up, but I'm glad that I did. This is exactly what this, hold on, do you see it? Hold on. Just so you don't see my files. Uh, is she saving the yes, she is. Um, anyway, here you go. Now I eat dog shit in another world? True. Yes. Was more of a Warrior Cats kid. Fair. I still got him put up too. Hold on. I need to turn down the music for my own sake. Maybe, personal volume. I might turn it down on stream just a touch too. Though I don't know. If I don't need to do that, then I won't. But I feel like it might be a touch loud. If it was a touch loud for me, it might be a touch loud for you also. I'm just a touch. Just touching it. Anyway, pipe down. What were we talking about? Oh, Warrior Cats. I never heard of Warrior Cats until fairly recently. The internet has informed me of Warrior Cats. I never encountered it naturally in the wild. I was Animorphs and I was Redwall. But not Warrior Cats. That one I missed that one. This is all wrong. Some of this is right. Whatever, I'm gonna skip it and come back to it. Goosebumps also, yeah, Goosebumps. I did read those. That was more of a younger phase for me. That was when I was first learning reading. Though I guess Redwall was around a similar time actually when I started reading Redwall. I got real. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. When did I start reading? I don't know. I got really, really into reading around like third or fourth grade. I read all the time. Uh, uh, I read so much that I at one point got in trouble. I feel like I may have actually told this story on stream before. I don't know. Maybe not. But I actually got in trouble for reading during my recess breaks. Like we would have our, 10-minute recess or whatever. And the teacher, he didn't even like warn me about it or tell me that like if I didn't stop reading all the time, he was going to cut my grades. But literally, he gave me a ding on my PE grade because I would read inside instead of going out at recess because I didn't want to be bullied for being neurodivergent. So that was cool of him. Uh, to do that. Cool teacher behavior. Anyway, it's fine. It was weird because he was a cool teacher otherwise. Like he was a nice guy, but like it's kind of fucked up, especially in retrospect. Like, why would you? Who cares? Piping and vibing. Hi, lab. Hi. Shout. Scream at them. Traves. Attack. Thank you. Lab is great. You should follow them and watch her play RimWorld and or Terraria and or whatever else that they do. And listen to music. The music that we are currently listening to is actually inspired by Lab. I was driven to actually finally look up who the hell I don't know how, but they found me actually is and what their stuff actually sounds like because of Lab streams. You should watch them and you'll find new music if you like music. Um, but yeah, anyway, hi, Durangar, pipe game. Yeah. Anyway, I like to read a lot. I liked the funny little animals, as you might imagine. This one's gonna be forever because I took 15 minutes to talk about eating dog shit. Man, streaming is the weirdest job they ever invented. I swear to God. What is this? What are we doing? Yeah. Here you go. If you don't like music, you'll still find more music, but you'll simply not do anything with it. True. This is what I'm talking about. Now you eat dog shit. What's happening? Sure, God's punishment. A boy turns into a dog and eats dog shit for lying. Sure could go. I eat dog shit now? What did I do? I eat dog shit now? Man, I wish I was eating dog shit right now. Fuck me. Okay, anyway, yeah, so I got stun locked on that for like 10 or 15 minutes. That's fine. It happens. Enjoy that. Let that haunt you. Sure could go for some dog shit. What I think most of the random players I get paired with are thinking. Yeah, true. Well, they got turned into a dog by God for being toxic gamers. So yeah, now they eat dog shit, and they randomly turn into a dog and have to go eat some dog shit, and they're thinking about like, man, I could really go for some dog shit right now because of their toxicity. They told someone else to go eat dog shit, like in a derogatory way, and then God was like, "No, you do it," and so now they do. They eat dog shit now. Anyway, that's cool. That's solo queue, baby. Yeah, that's my experience. Also, I play Charger now poorly in Beans lobbies. Yeah, yeah you do. I wish you wouldn't. This is driving me nuts. I don't know why I'm like fixated on doing the center right now. This just happens. I just like a thing confuses me, and then I start twirling it for eternity, and then I realize, wait, I should twirl something else, and then I do, and then I complete the puzzle. It's pipes. That's pipes. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, So as I had mentioned previously, a game that I've actually been playing in early access and like a lot, Last Epic, recently had its 1.0 launch. I didn't really. I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up streaming that. Really, I'm becoming doubtful whether or not it's a good stream game for me. But I was playing it on my own. I've been playing it on my own quite a bit. The past couple days, and it's fun. It's good, and I do recommend it if you like games like Diablo and Hate Blizzard, and want a new one that is not made by uh, uh, Blizzard. In other words, a company that engages in all kinds of shitty behavior, both capitalism wise and human wise. It's really good. It's called Last Epic for anyone who hasn't heard me talk about this before. And it's really cool. The basic premise is that it's sort of like what if Chrono Trigger was an ARPG, but done in their own kind of way. Um, so it's time travel and has a lot of direct inspiration from Chrono Trigger, which is why I bring that up. Uh, uh, but yeah, it's good. It's good, and I like it. Pipe. I have not played any more Side Order since I streamed Side Order. I didn't feel like it. I just, God, I don't want to talk about Pokemon. We probably, we're probably going to. We probably will talk about Pokemon, but I'm not gonna like it. Pokemon. Maybe we won't. I'm just gonna vibe. I'm just gonna vibe for right now. I might need to use the restroom already. Actually, I might need to go to I might need to go potty. Hmm. Yeah. Go piss. I'm gonna go piss. I'll put up the BRB. I'm just gonna leave the music playing. Turn it up a little. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go quickly. Emergency. I'll be right back. Hi. Hello. Returned. Returned. Pipe. I've been stimming the new Slorb voice a lot the past couple of days also. Uh oh, what the hell? One moment. No. Oh well. Uh headset doing a thing. I don't like it when it does it. That's okay. Um like Ed from Ed and Eddie. Ed and Eddie. Uh Oh, Dolly, I eat dog shit now, and I'm gonna make it your problem. Yeah, that's the type of shit that's been going in my brain all day. Uh, I can't get the little bastard out of there. Dolly, I don't feel so good. I think I ate too much dog shit. Um, damn. The fuck? Okay. Wait. How would that not be that? That has to be that. So that'll probably be. Like I said, that also needs to be that. So we are probably doing something like this. Yeah, there we go. Dolly, I eated too much dog shit, and I think I'm pregnant now. Yeah. I'm not gonna explore that further, but I will just give you a +2 and very cursed, and I'm not gonna think about that any more than I already have. Uh, um, yeah, cool. Uh, Hi, Giuseppe. Um, it does. Thank you. If it wasn't a premeditated further lore involved in that, then that does make me feel better, and I'm glad it makes you feel better as well. Uh, yeah. No, I'm proud of you. I think. Or sorry that happened. I yeah. Either one. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Yeah. Blum, 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 blum. Um. Yeah. So I need to. I. It just kind of threw the playlist together last minute, so it's just like a handful of songs from these two bands. I will diversify, but it hasn't happened yet. Thank you for understanding. And if you don't, I urge you to check again. I assure you that you do understand, and you are understanding, and this isn't a problem for you, unless you'd like to make it one. Oh, I'm glad I got to the mute button in time. I had a bad cough. You can provide. Yeah. Um this song fucks. It does. Uh yeah. I mean the thing is, Lab, that you literally already have provided. This playlist, like, I obviously have listened to Mother Mother a lot, but I actually haven't listened to all of their albums that much. So I never actually listened to this album until I heard a handful of songs from it on your stream, and then I was like, I why am I not listening to this every day? And now I listen to this every day. So not literally every day, but uh, I've been listening to it a lot. I mean to say. And then yeah, I had never really listened to I don't know how, but they found me. I just always liked their band name, and I hoped that they were good, but I had no idea, and I didn't ever bother trying to find out. Because that just happens sometimes with music and things, anything. Um, uh, uh, excuse me, executive dysfunction and um pathological demand avoidance and whatever other things are happening in my brain. Um, but yeah, I'm sure I can find plenty of songs that'll fit well for stream lists. Um, but and the thing is, watching a lab stream is all it really takes to get music for a playlist. We have very compatible music taste, which is nice. I don't really listen to like Vocaloid or much like J-pop or K-pop or anything of the sort myself. Um, but I never dislike it. I watch anime, so I watch enough or I hear enough Japanese music that way, but I don't generally go out of my way to listen to it. Speaking of the fucking, I don't know if I don't feel like I've seen anyone talking about this, but at least in our circles, I don't read all of Discord. I it's impossible for me, but I do try to read some of it sometimes. But uh, uh, the dungeon, the dungeon met both of the intro and the outro for Dungeon Meshi slap beyond belief. There's like great great music, like delicious grade A music. Um, appropriately. That is the real Dungeon Meshi was the music we found along the way. This is really it is truly delicious in Dungeon. The bass line in the outro every time just gets me fucking grooving. I should try to find those on Spotify actually. I could do that right now, but I think I won't. I could, and I might, but I think I won't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. My bunny isn't moving at all, but I assure you that I am bopping my head. The rabbit isn't dancing. At least the PNG tuber one isn't. But I assure you that I am. Wow. Pipes. I want to do bigger. I want to do bigger. Special. Let's get that special daily pipes. You're playing Sea of Thieves and just spotted another ship, and it's just on the edge of being super terrible. And man, patchy. Oh, its ship's name. It's just on the edge of being super terrible. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. People be out there in the wild, in the internet, and the video games. They are feral beasts sometimes. Okay. Piping. I'm piping. Oi, oi, oi. I think if there's anything in particular I feel like talking about. Uh. Oh, new time to Splatoon. 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 45 seconds. A new season is coming out tomorrow for Splatoon. The new competitive season. That's exciting. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific. Um, uh, uh, yeah, they didn't balance anything, but we'll play it anyway. uh, Man, I hate when my microphone does this. The only real fix I have for it is not something that I could do while stream is active. So, bummer. It's probably not something that y'all will notice. Um, but I do. I don't know if it comes through on stream at all, but I can hear myself right now, and I hate hearing myself while talking. Not because I don't like my voice. Like I said earlier, I'm really cute. I'm really cute and funny. I say cute and funny things. I don't mind hearing myself in that capacity, but hearing myself while I'm speaking makes my makes me pause, makes my brain pause every time. I cannot do this. Some people can do this. Some people monitor their speaking audio while streaming, while they are speaking. I can't. My audio processing applies to myself, unfortunately. So it will slow me down anytime I hear human speak. It just slows my brain down. Like I can't be hearing myself while I'm talking. But I'm gonna deal with it for now. I have done whole streams with it there, so I can handle it. I can do it, but good lord, I don't like it. It's all right. Um, yes. Thank you, Splatoon, for all of this wonderful balancing. Yeah, 6 patch notes dedicated to balance, and one of them was a reflux nerf. I'm never gonna get over that. I'm never gonna be okay about that. Uh, yeah, yeah. They did 6 things to affect multiplayer balance, and one of them was make an underperforming, uh, underpicked and ineffective weapon worse. Why did they do that? I don't know. I wish I knew. Actually, no, I don't. The answer would probably just make me mad. And honestly, I probably do know why. It's just turf war balancing. They're balancing Splatfests without worrying about how it affects the rest of the game. Why not? Why not no? Because it would make me mad. That's all I mean. I don't want to know because it would make me mad. Um, I'm not sure. Not sure exactly what that was directed. Reflux will ever forever be punished for the crime of being too good at missile spam at launch. Yeah, basically. It oh, that's their reasoning. I gotcha. I didn't follow, but yeah, I understand now. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, basically. Um, yeah, and to be fair, it has received a number of buffs directed at making it better uh in terms of like actually fighting and such. They were trying. I don't know that they're trying that hard. Their balancing schedule is just so it is what it is. It's frustrating. Um but anyway, the reason I brought it up is because I am excited for new weapons regardless of the fact that they don't balance their game and the weapons all have shitty kits. That's okay. In addition to new weapons, we'll also be getting all of the returning Splat 2 gear. Um, which is very exciting. There's a lot of looks in there that I've been wanting back since the game started. It's like, please let me wear these again. Uh, and I am excited to get in there and fashion it up. Um, the that's what really matters. It's true. And truthfully, they're actually So, a funny thing about Side Order, as I had mentioned a little bit while playing it, the being forced to play all the different weapons has made me realize that I kind of want to play more weapons in terms of like more weapon types. As people knowers may know, I am not so much a Charger fan. I do not like to see them in my games, whether on my team or the enemy team. In both cases, they just upset me. They upset me more on my team, to be perfectly honest. But it's just never fun to see one. Um, but that being said, uh, that doesn't apply to myself. I can be a hypocrite. I'm allowed to do this. Um, regarding a video game, like it doesn't matter. Um, and the thing is that the Charger and Blaster were really fun um in Side Order for me. I had a lot of fun with both of them. Obviously, a large part of the fun was the stacking of the color chips, making them ridiculously overpowered. Yeah, exactly. Me and my friend, anyone that I'm queuing with, um, let me dial that back. Anyone that I've chosen to queue with, any of the people who are my friends who choose to play Charger, they are beautiful and valid, and they can do whatever they want. And I want them to. I want them to have fun. Uh, but when it comes to randos, eat dog shit now. Shit yourself now and eat it. Um, I'm sorry. Is that gross? That's gross. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry for making this a running bit. Is eating dog shit a bad bit? I don't know. Probably. Anyway, I can't get it out of my brain now, but yeah. Anyway, they eat dog shit now when they play Charger in my lobby. Um, Hi, Gobsy. Ah, it's good to see you. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. You picked a time to come in. The whole stream has been a time to come in, to be honest. It's been an hour and it's been kind of wild. Hold on. Why do I keep deleting this tab? Here's context for you. Sure could go for some dog shit. I eat dog shit now? Question mark. A boy turns into a dog and eats dog shit for lying. What did I do? Wish I was eating dog shit right now. Ellipses. Yeah. Some people never eat dog shit. Dot dot dot. Some do. This is my bit. This is the recurring bit of the evening. Hi, Lazy. Oh, I hope you had a good nap. I understand this phenomena deeply. I am the eepiest girl they ever made. So that's no problem. I hope you had a good nap, and it's good to see you. Please get your rest. I want everyone on planet Earth to have a nice rest. Have a nice sleep, have a nice little nap. If that means you can't be here for stream, that's fine. You're not obligated to. Do sleep. Do sleep. Um, anyway, so that's eating dog shit now. Why am I talking about? Oh, right. Just Splatoon Chargers. Chargers is why I'm talking about eating dog shit, because Chargers eat dog shit. Sorry, Lazy. I know you like Chargers. Present company excluded. All right, but that's just how I feel about Chargers generally. Yeah. You don't have to eat dog shit now, but you know, you could. What? I don't know. Anyway, uh, knocked every thought out of my head. Why am I like this? Uh, yes. So, the reason why I was talking about chargers, I wish I was capable of naps. I start sleeping and my body says, "Okay, see you in 8 hours, you fucking clown." Yeah. No, I get that. Um, Mine doesn't. Mine. I have a napping body, and a napping mind, the napping heart. It's all of it just naps all the time. But I'm fine with it. It works out okay for me. Uh, Lordy. Okay. Is this anything? I don't know. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. This part I'm not sure. We'll come back to it. Used to be a scumbag E-liter main before using shorter range ones. Yeah, it's as I've said, I'm gonna just rest my head 6 hours later. Yeah. No, I usually have shorter naps. Every now and then that does happen, but I embrace it, honestly. And actually, I mean, it really hasn't happened any time in recent memory. My body's usually like that too. I only nap if I'm either sick or just had a ton of food. Unfortunately, this case is the former. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better soon. um. Oh, so for chargers, God, I'm sorry, I can't complete a fucking thought ever. I someday I will do earlier streams, and y'all will get to see what it's like when I have Ritalin in my system. Cause like at the moment, it's all mostly, it's I don't have delayed release, so it kind of does its thing and then gets out. So by the evening, I'm kind of just goopy brained again. Um, I'm still not completing the thought I had. Man, it's hard. Anyway, yes, I hope you feel better. Yeah, no, that's real. One moment. I'm gonna check this. I want to see what this person said. Sorry. One moment. Goopy. Uh, my partner is playing Elden Ring again on account of the DLC announcement and excitement. Um, and they were rediscovering the existence of basilisks in sorry, this got how did that get shrunk? There we go. Um, in the should I be talking about this? I don't want to spoil anybody. There's assholes in a bad place, and they're is having a bad time. But it'll be okay. Anyway, Chargers. Fuck me. I cannot finish this thought. I'm never gonna. She is never saying what she wanted to about Chargers in Splatoon, and she's just gonna have to accept that. Fuck. I don't like having them on my team. When I bring up not liking Chargers, people are inclined to be like, tell me about how you can beat a Charger or how bad it is to play against them. And the thing is that that's not the biggest issue. Like, it is annoying, but for the most part, the way you beat a charger is by ignoring the charger and going to where the charger isn't. You just ignore the charger as much as possible. Uh, and by ignore, I mean you pay very close attention to where they are and go to where they aren't. Um, but when you're playing with a charger, you just have to deal with a player who might be shitty at it. And the thing about chargers is that they don't paint very good. So having a bad charger is worse than having a bad anything else, because at least when people are bad at other weapons, they will still provide paint to your team. When someone's bad at a charger, you get no paint and you get no kills and you get only sadness and anger. At least in my experience. And obviously, this doesn't mean that no one should ever play chargers. If you enjoy chargers, I love that for you. Um, you know, just be good. Just be good at them, and I won't complain. Actually, just actually like practice it before you come into X rank with it. Learn it in other ranks and learn it in Turf War. Well, don't learn it in Turf War. Go into opens. But you don't gotta be in my games. That's all I'm saying. That's my view on it. Is that if you're a charger, like that's fine. Just don't be in my games. I sound like a heterosexual person. And I'm sorry for that. I promise I'm not one. Um, like you can play a charger, just don't do that in front of my kids. Like how am I supposed to explain chargers to them? You know what I mean? Like if you gotta play charger, then play charger. But like just you know, why are you doing that in public, right? Anyway. Uh, God damn. What am I doing here? Here we go. And then that's good. We just have this area. Aberrant behavior. Wait, what does that mean? But yeah, if you're picking any charger, your team needs you to hit your shots. Yeah. By calculating the location where the charger is, we can triangulate the exact position where it isn't exactly. Having a bad charger is like being down a teammate. Literally. Literally. I mean, having a bad teammate of any kind is like being down a teammate, but it's especially bad with charger. Um, it's noticeable, and I mauled about it because I don't know. I'm rude, I guess. I mean, it's not like I don't bother people. I don't have a way to do that, and also I wouldn't if I could. I'm not gonna. I would never. I've never been and will never be the kind of gamer who gets on voice and yells at someone for doing something that I didn't like. I can't really fathom being that kind of person. Just leave people alone. Also, why are you going into random voice chat at all? uh, True, it is. Yes, true. I do know the word aberrant, but I wasn't thinking about it in with that specific synonym in mind. Deviant, yeah, deviant behavior for sure. Uh, uh, it's gross. It's unkind. It's unwise. A bad teammate can at least paint turf or distract the enemy. If your charger player keeps getting shut down, they can't do anything. Exactly, and it's just frustrating. And yes, also playing against them is annoying. Um, because if you aren't paying enough attention to where they are, or E-liters have forever range. Like, so even if you know where they are, it's sometimes like lag or just bullshit hitbox detection will get you anyway. And it's like, hey, I was behind a fucking obstacle and I died even though I wasn't pancaked. Whatever. When I say pancaked, I mean in swim form. For people who don't play a lot of Splatoon, uh, oh god, uh, basically what I mean is that your hitbox is different in uh human form versus swim form. So swim form makes your hitbox flatter. It is easier to hit with certain projectiles. Um, and when you're standing, you're taller, obviously. Um, so it's there's a trade-off there sometimes. Sometimes you can avoid damage by standing. Um, that would hit you if you were swimming. That's why you'll sometimes see, like when I play tower control, or if you watch people play tower control, um, you'll sometimes see them just standing on the tower and not swimming or moving, and that's because it's actually harder to hit them because they are doing that. If you stand like in the right spot on in tower control, you just avoid all enemy fire. But then there's weapons like E-liter that have larger hurt boxes, so they'll hit you anyway at certain angles. And also, when there's multiple people firing at you, you have to like it can be really difficult to avoid everyone. Avoid damage by T-posing. You got it. You get it. Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So yeah, chargers can get you uh in certain positions that you wouldn't expect it, and it can be really surprising and frustrating. It's just like, fucking hell, I wasn't pancaked, you bitch. How dare? Oh, that makes sense. When I hear pancaked, I visualize someone getting squashed flat, like a Looney Tune who just got a boulder and/or anvil and/or piano dropped on them. And that's basically the idea. Is that being in your swim form is basically that you are flat during that time. Like when you are swimming in the ink, in swim form, you are a Looney Tunes pancake. I actually imagine the exact same thing when I say it. So you are actually you understand completely. I am pleased to inform you. um, Lavender says, I've actually gotten a good amount of kills on people who were sharking on the tower as opposed to standing or jumping around. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Um, it's it's actually a lot easier to hit people on tower when they are swimming. Um, because it's a pretty thin pole. Cartoon logic in a cartoon game is true. Are you trying to tell me that Splatoon is a cartoon game? No. Looney Splatoons. Got there. Anyway. What? Anyway, yeah. Yeah. +2. Can I just, like, I need to figure out my fucking mic shit. Anyway. +2. Yeah. Splatoon is a multi-layered pun, and I love it for that. Because it's a play on Platoon, but with splat. And it's also like cartoon, but with splat. It's there's layers there, you know? There's like um it's like if an octopus was also an onion. You know? You understand? You understand. It's a good name. Yeah, it's a good game also. Truly genius. Um I like Splatoon a lot if you hadn't gathered. Which is sometimes to my detriment, I like it a lot. Sometimes it's not a good thing that I like it a lot. It hurts me. It hurts me. Uh, but you know, it's, that's life. That's video gaming. Yay! This song is really cute. I think he's singing about his daughter. It's really good. Need you here with me. Sometimes that which we love hurts us the most. It's true. I said I didn't want to talk about Pokemon, Gobsy. I don't want to talk about Pokemon. That was an easy joke. And it's also true. I'm gonna keep talking about Splatoon because it's hurting me a little less right now because there's cool things happening in it. Um, um, um. So anyway, the reason I brought up chargers initially, uh, uh, is Beakuas. It's a little strong bad for strong bad enjoyers. Beakuas. I am potentially interested in playing the new Squiffer. Um, the new Squiffer is probably the best kit in the batch this season. I talked about this a bit last time I talked about the new Splatoon kits and stuff. But it is a Autobomb and Zipcaster kit, which is just a very good offensive kit. Um, and Squiffer really likes having that. They're really gonna benefit from that, and it sounds like a fun thing to fuck around with for a bit. You know, I don't bring the chargers out very often anymore. Uh, Tri-Stringer generally just sublimated all need I have for playing chargers because Stringer is just a charger that can paint, and I like that. Um, it's too bad that they didn't make the weapons good. They didn't bother to balance the chargers to make them like competitive or worth using or viable or whatever. So that's cool. I really like them, but that's fine. Yeah, Zip Autobomb Squiffer. That's gonna be a hell of a thing. I think that'll be fun. The other kit that I actually am looking forward to, um, so the competitive player take on this kit is that it's not that great, and I know exactly why, and so I was inclined to like go with their logic and be like, yeah, no, it's going to be a bad kit. The thing is that I don't play like team competitive where like outside of just fucking around with my friends. I don't have like a competitive team that I play against other competitive teams, you know what I mean? Um I play with randos or I play with friends casually. Uh so the new Nautilus kit is actually kind of busted for it's I think not busted, but I think it'll be really fun for solo play. Cuz it is splashdown and suction bomb. Um which is a very just offense oriented kit. And it's really good for stomping randos. I think overall it'll just be a good kit for stomping randos because Nautilus on its own already is kind of pretty good for that. It competes really well against like the reason I'm excited for it and the reason why I like Nautilus generally already is because it competes well with other popular solo queue weapons. It's sort of the natural predator of the splatter shot and other mid range shooters. It can outfire like it outranges and outkills um, the mid range to short range shooters. Um, and that also having a suction bomb for spacing and poking, and then so that it can like approach or keep range targets away from them. And also just catch those same midliners off guard, and then also having triple splashdown to sort of just extra fuck with them. Capture ink when you need it. Because one of the weaknesses of Nautilus is that it doesn't fight and paint at the same time very well. If you're fighting, you're fighting, and if you're painting, you're painting. And you can't really. It's you have to commit to one or the other. So Splashdown is a special that paints the ground around you and kills people who are near you. So if you get into a tight spot, it can be there to help pull you out of it. Which for competitive, it's not really a thing that they need. Like for competitive, you want your specials to be things that you can coordinate with your team and provide openings for you to do team fights and things like that. But in solo queue, I just need to kill the enemy and push the objective. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I think I think the Nautilus kit will actually be really fun. The more I've thought about it, the more excited I actually am for it. And it may very well end up being one of the kits I play the most this season. But we'll see. We'll see if it hits as much as I expect it to. Never know. Um, but yeah, I'm Splatoon. I like Splatoon. um, One moment, I'm gonna sip. Okie dokie. Um, yeah, Splatoon. Splatoon. New season tomorrow. It's okay, everybody. Splatoon fresh season drops on January 29th. I was never book smart. I'm Octo smart, and that makes me more ink intelligent. True. +2. Anyway, we're back to Dance and Cry. I need different music. I need new music. I think let's we'll get more variety in my playlist. Um, right now I'm gonna throw on the new Mother Mother album. We'll just let that ride. Um, I haven't like vetted it to make sure there aren't any uncomfortable phrasings or words or anything. So I apologize. Um, uh, in advance if anything like that pops up. But Mother Mother is good. Usually it is pretty kosher and good music. I really like this song. This song is really good. It needs to be a little louder. Wow, new Splatoon season, just a week away. It's true. Um, um, Gee, what could they be singing about? It's about how capitalism grinds everyone into dust? Maybe. Um, anyway, sorry, I was just enjoying the music for a second. Um, Splatoon, it's a new season. Uh, is there anything else I wanted to say about it? I feel like there was. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I guess there's the new. There will be the new Dooley and Brella also, which I kind of stopped caring about the moment they revealed their full kits. But that's not fair because they might still be fun mains to play around with. What are you looking at? Hi, Vala. You're looking at a rabbit. Look, hi, it's me. It's Bean. I'm bouncing around. This is Pipe Game. You're looking at pipes. Really, it's just something for my hands to do while I talk. But it's a series of pipes that I'm connecting to get the water flowing through all of them to end at the little circles. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of pipe. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Pipe. I'm playing Pipe Game and talking about Ink Game or Squid Game. Splatoon. These are my interests. But yeah. Bonka, bonka. I yeah, it comes up every now and then. How are you good at Pipe Game? Um, I just I play Pipe Game anytime I watch anything. Not streams that I'm chatting in because I'm an active. You all know this. I don't need to tell you. I'm a chatty bitch. Uh uh. I talk a lot, so I don't pipe game when I'm watching streamers that I chat with. But if I'm watching someone that if I'm lurking a stream or watching a VOD, or if I'm watching anime in particular, is when it happens a lot. I just kind of idly do this on the other screen while I watch things. 'Cause I have two monitors, so yeah, I just yeah, I just pipe a lot, and you if you do something enough, eventually you'll get good at it. It was never my goal. I was never setting out to become the pipe champion. It just happened. Not that I'm any type of champion, I don't think. Uh, I'm sure there are people better at pipe game than me, but I could get better and beat them if there was some kind of competitive ladder for pipe game. I could compete. I'm confident. I'm confident that I could beat someone's ass at pipe game. That's a hell of a flex. Flex that nobody needs or cares about, but here it is. I can do it. Anyway, pipe game. They should make Splatoon again, but pipe game. Yeah, where you like swim through pipes. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Bunny is a pipe understander, and she will fight you. Yeah, I will fight. I'll just fight you generally. Um, I like to fight, but only like for fun. I don't fight in a violent way. Oh my lord, I don't know what that means. But I did say it, and I'm gonna stand by it. When I fight, it's not violent. All right, I'm a pacifist, but I do love to beat the shit out of people. What is she saying? What are they saying? I don't know. Fight you in videos games. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not a violent person, but I will beat the shit out of you if you upset me. So watch out. But watch out. Yeah, there you go. I'm not a violent person, but watch out. It's the most ominous version of that I have come up with. I don't usually fight people in earnest, but watch out. I'll explode in my life. Oh, until there's nothing left on. I'll explode. I'll explode. Watch out. My friends used to like fight each other, but in an explicitly non-violent and non-aggressive way, because we just thought it was fun. Yeah, that's fair. If you ever piss me off, you deserve my fate, or you deserve your fate, rather. Uh, I can't imagine. I can't imagine you doing this, Gobsy. Uh, you have never upset me in any capacity to this point, and to the extent that I can't really even imagine it happening. But yeah, I will beat you with pipe game puzzle. Yes, I will literally explode if I ever hurt someone. Yeah, true. Yeah. Um. What was I talking about? Splatoon. Oh, the last thing I was saying was that the new Dually and Brella might be fun. But their sub weapon and special weapon are really bad. Um, so I don't know how good they can really be, but eh. I guess the Dually has Killer Whale, which for what it is, main wise, it might be okay. It's just that their sub is Ink Mine. Just doesn't really. I don't know. It seems like a real garbage kit. It might be fun anyway. If the main is fun to play. It is a new main. I also cannot even imagine Gobsy doing something to piss me off. They're a good creature. No, they are. They are explicitly a very good creature. Uh, yeah. The Brella kit. I don't even remember what the Brella kit is. I know most of the kits are just trash garbage, so they're kind of forgettable, as it turns out. Uh, Prella. I know it's in my brain somewhere. I can't find it right this second. Ink Mine. Yeah. What the fuck is Ink Mine Dualies? Yeah, like it just instantly takes the wind out of your sails when they release a cool new weapon and they just put some nonsense kit together for it. Just like, hey, cool, I could have been excited for that, but now I'm not. Thanks. Uh, like there was the Ink Mine glue. It was Ink Mine and Ink Jet, I think, Glugas in Splatoon 2. And that one actually kind of worked because the thing is that Glugas have a really long firing range. And they also do fairly good damage. So if you push on them, you get ink mined. And maybe this is supposed to be a similar concept. It doesn't. It's not like it was a great kit though. Like the reason it was an at all salvageable kit is because of Inkjet. So Ink Mines into Killer Whale does not really redeem it as much as that kit did for the Gluga. Um, yeah, get complimented, nerd. Uh, 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 ba, ba, ba. Kits. Yeah, the Brella. I'm gonna have to. Let's find out together. What the hell is the new Brella? You can't see these, right? No, you cannot. Good. Okay. Um, would this one be updated? Oh, it has the side order ones on there. Um, no, it doesn't have the new ones. I don't think. But I got days. I have days. No. Okay. 1 second. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Lav. It might have gotten confusing wording in there somewhere. What I was talking about here. Let's break this down. Um, Also, yeah, the nonsense words in Splatoon are really fun. So the Dowser dualies, the new dualie main, um, is what I was discussing. It has Ink Mine and Killer Whale. It is a new dualie class weapon with variable firing rate and range, low damage per shot, and only one dodge roll at a time. Um, Saying Gluga is such a good and fun way to use mouth words. It's true. It is absolutely true. Um, so this is the new dualie. Um, but what I was saying, um, is that in Splatoon 2, there was the Gluga dualies, which was a dualie with Ink Mine. Um, but this kit was actually good. I think that the Gluga main for Ink Mine works pretty well because the main itself is it's high damage and it's high range. It's slow firing and it doesn't paint great, and that's why it was never that competitive. Um, but it is in terms of Ink Mine having Ink Mine for its support. It makes sense. It makes sense enough for that weapon, especially because Inkjet is a really good special. So in Splatoon 2, the Glugas had this. In Splatoon 3, the new one they invented has Ink Mine Killer Whale. I don't see it being a thing. Oh, this is why I forgot the kit. It's because it's Angle Shooter and Big Bubbler. So, if you were excited about the new Brella, I'm sorry. Kensa was the most competitive kit of the three. Yes. Uh, uh, have ink armor on any kit is probably the most competitive kit that it has. uh, because the ink armor was fucking busted, and I'm so glad they didn't bring it back. And I trust that they won't. No, I don't. I don't expect them to bring it back. But I don't trust them. I don't trust them not to. I don't think they will, but they love to make the worst decisions possible, so you never know. So, Gold Dynamo had the Booyah Bomb kit, which is arguably um, as good or better than the Splat Bomb Ink Armor kit. Otherwise, oh, also the Ink Brush. I would personally say that the Splat Bomb Splashdown kit was stronger. Uh, Otherwise, yeah, this is probably the stronger kit for each of these weapons. This is probably the strongest kit for each of these. Um, except Brush and Dynamo. Ink Mine Ink Armor on the Hydra is fucking busted. Anyway, I know this is mostly nonsense to people. But I have a single person in chat who is engaging with these words in a from a place of knowledge, and that's all I need. That's the only in I need. If a single person in my chat knows what the hell I'm talking about, I'm gonna info dump forever, and the rest of y'all are gonna learn. So or not, or you're just gonna listen to nonsense come out of my mouth for a while, and I enjoy. I've been told that people enjoy this, and I'm really cute and fun to listen to anyway. So I believe it. Um, I'm complimenting myself too much, and it's starting to feel weird. But we're practicing, we're trying. It's not weird. I am cool and good. Uh, Unlike these kids, I'm cool and good. Unlike any of these kits that they're putting into the game, these are all bad. um. Oh, there is also a new Gluga kit coming, incidentally. Unrelated to what I was actually talking about, but here there is one. And that's going to be Point Sensor Zuka, which isn't the worst thing it could get. I don't think it wants Point Sensor, but I think it wanted Fizzy Bomb back, and it's kind of weird that it didn't get it back. But Zuka is always a good special right now. Well, right now anyway, it's a good special to see on a weapon. Um, Fuck. Yeah. And then most of the rest of these are trash garbage. The Swiffer, as we were talking about, is good. E-Leader, that might be fine, actually. Kraken on Squid Beacon Kraken on E-Leader. It's that versus Ink Mine Wavebreaker. Yeah, I mean, Wavebreaker is easier to fire and forget for an E-Leader. Um, Thank you, Trace. I don't mind censor. I suck at seeing people sometimes. It's hard. I mean, that's the video game. Is hiding from each other sometimes. Yeah. It can be a very good tool. I don't mind it generally either. I think there are stronger tools. Like generally, you want auto bomb or torpedo over sensor basically any time because those will also show you where people are, and they will also threaten their position. Right? So ultimately, you'd rather have a thing that shows you where someone is and also threatens to hurt them. Again, non-violent. Uh, yeah, and then so Squid Beacon Wavebreaker on the Dread Ringer is probably the most disappointing thing on this list. Um, Dreadringer's other kit is Suction Bomb Reef Slider, and for some reason they didn't buff Reef Slider in this patch. To not have a super long delay at the end that gets you killed every time you use the special. That is still the case. It'll still be the case that every time you use the special, you die almost instantly. After it's done, so that's cool. Um, So, you're stuck with either that or a kit with Squid Beacon and Wavebreaker. Which is not a very strong offensive kit by any means. It's not really even a very strong defensive kit. Uh, it's fine. Just don't really care about Beacon that much in general. Thanks, Nintendo. I choose to believe they haven't confirmed this, and I don't expect them to. And honestly, the language that they used saying that the next salmon run, the new salmon run stage is the final salmon run stage they're adding. They said that in a tweet. That made me scared. I do expect us to get third kits. I kind like I think I've said this on stream before even. I expect us to have a third year of updates with third kits for most, if not all, weapons. Um, I have to believe that will happen. Otherwise, there's no point for me to keep playing this game. And it just makes sense. They've been so obsessed about the number three with this game. They've been really leaning into it. Like, it's the third Splatoon. We're gonna make everything have the number three everywhere because we're cute like that. And you know, given that they are doing that, not having a third year or third weapons would just be out of place, right? I have to believe this, so I choose to. Um, but yeah. Uh, trans sweater. Look at her. She's coming back, baby. Ripped up pink, blue, and a little yellow stripe. Thinking in three dimensions. Biscuit shirt, Drew. That's such a funny way of putting it. Biscuit shirt. Wait, that's a uni emote? That's a uni emote? Oh, that's really cute. I didn't realize that was a uni emote. Does she have a new little guy? It's a really cute little guy. Anyway, yeah, trans sweater. Uh, and yeah. Do I want to? I was really close to being done with this pipe. This is a good bit more. I think she's coming up with more lore. Probably. I know she's having a re-debut, but I don't really know anything about it. Um, yeah. But she's cool, and you should check her out. Her emotes are always great. Nothing is normal. Nothing is normal. Splatoon. Oh yeah, pink gloop suit. I want this suit. I need this for Salmon Run. It's probably gonna cost $1 million or whatever. A million fish scales. But I'll get it eventually. Um, or I won't. I don't know. Uh, is there anything else to talk about with these kits? Oh, big bubbler on this umbrella. I saw some a million squidloons. True, a million squidloons. Money. Um, a new yeah. So this umbrella looks really cool, main fire wise. It's like a really long range shot. Um, and it shoots its shield and recovers it very quickly. It having angle shooter is a real head scratcher because they still haven't made angle shooter good. Um, and then bubbler is a little bit of a head scratcher. I've seen arguments for why big bubbler is actually good for this weapon, and I can kind of believe it. It's still not the most exciting special to see on your new weapon, but it's fine. Uh, yeah. Aquifer and Nautilus are the only ones here I really care about, other than playing around with the new mains. I think that's about all I have left to say about Splatoon. Now you eat dog shit. Um. Uh. Yeah. Video games. Pipe game. If a shield has any amount more health than Undercover, I can't really see it needing Bubbler apart from deploying it for their team. I think it might have health similar to Undercover is the thing, because it's a shield that's meant to be like thrown out constantly and recovered constantly and broken constantly. I'm sure. So it honestly it might be comparable to Undercover TBH, but yeah. Video games. Video games. What's going on here? Oh, you. Yeah, there we go. Cleaned that up, so I think this is the only spot that needs cleared. Spin. Splatoon. I like it. Side order has been really fun. I'm excited to have more fashion. I like video games. I like video games. I'm not really excited to have to climb all over again to get back to X rank because every time I do, I just get sad. I can just get sad at the video game. But it'll be okay. I'll be fine. Maybe it'll go quicker with new Nautilus. Don't know. Uh, do we need? Do we? Let's go. Let's go ahead and get real. Let's go ahead and get monthly with it. Let's do the monthly special. I'm feeling it. We'll keep piping it. Um. Do we need to talk about Pokemon? Are we good? I feel like I should. My sentiment is kind of like we keep having the same discussion, like the same discourse about Pokemon every 6 months or so. It doesn't really change much. But there was Pokemon news, so if we want to wheel it back out, we'll wheel that horse back out and smack it some more. We can. Um, Ayo, we pipe gaming up in here. You know it. Hi, lover. Good to see you. Um, so Pokemon news. They announced a new Pokemon Legends game. With a release date of 2025. Which thank God it's not sooner than that. Uh, uh, Pokemon is starting to feel like that old sick family member that you love, but it hurts every time you need to talk about them. It is. Hi, Glottal. Very true, and also, hi, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well tonight. Um, hi, Lobber, and hi, Glottal. Yeah, it's. I Hi Lobber and Globber. Perfect. 10 out of 10. Uh uh I love Pokemon. Don't mistake. Uh uh in case it needs to be said, I don't think it needs to be said, but I'll say it anyway. I do love Pokemon. I love the animals. Um I like the games. Um I love Pokemon as a concept. I think it's fun and cool. I don't like the Pokemon Company. I mean, I don't generally care for capitalism all that much, just in general, but you know, it's the way it be. Uh, I I was really hoping, and so make no mistake here. Like you don't need to point out to me like, oh, it was never gonna be this way or whatever, because I know that. I know that as well, if not better than you. Like, I understand that capitalism is the reason that things are the way they are with that franchise, and that they were always going to be that the way that they are because of the incentive structures in place, um, reward them for putting out trash every 6 months and um, because they make $1 billion off it every time. Why wouldn't they do that? They're going to pump out as many games as they can because they are making a shit ton of money every time they put one out, regardless of its quality. So of course they're going to do that. And obviously, us as gamers don't want a shoddy product, but it doesn't really matter because we are buying it anyway. Like, I love Pokemon, and I will buy the new Legends game that was just announced when it releases. I am part of the problem. I acknowledge that. I apologize. I will not be changing because I like Pokemon, and I want the new game when it releases. Do I want it to release when it's releasing? Fuck no. Do I want a new Legends game to have been announced already? No, absolutely not. Is there anything that I can do to stop them from doing this way? No. Because it doesn't matter if I don't buy it. Obviously, moral consistency it matters for, or whatever. But in this case, I don't think that. I mean, you could make an argument that the Pokemon Company is evil, but they're evil in the same way that every major corporation is evil, right? Like, it's not. They're not. They don't have any of the worst things going on that have been brought publicly anyway. It's not like Blizzard or whatever. They're shitty, but they're not shitty in that way. Generally, they're shitty but not problematic. So it's not really a moral thing to be giving them money, even though they're putting out games at a rate that I would prefer that they didn't. Uh, so to me, it's not like it's against my morals to play the Pokemon game when it releases, right? Uh, it's just a bummer. Like, there is no way for me to stop the train. So rather than jump off of it, I'm choosing to stay. I'm choosing to keep riding it, right? And it's a bummer, but they're unremarkably bad, which is a problem, but it's not a them problem. Yeah. I wish they would let it rest for a couple of years and put out something with so much love in it. But yeah, that is not the nature of that beast. It isn't. It's unfortunate. I was talking to a coworker about the announcement the other day and said I was really hoping for a December release. He said it's already confirmed for 2025. Oh, they don't fucking get it. Sir, you do not understand. I wanted to have as much time as possible to cook. Yeah, no, literally. Put it out. I mean, it won't be a December release. If we get a November release, that would be awesome. Like November is probably as good as we're gonna get because that's holiday. That's like if you want a game to sell for Christmas, you put it out in November, right? Oh, I'm losing. Bitrate. I will shut up for a second. I see my frames are dropping. I see the stream a lagging. Uh, I'll keep an eye on it. I am moving. I'm making my bunny move so I can see whether it's lagging on the stream or not. That looks good. I think we're done. I think we're good. Refresh if you need to. Um, I'm real. I'm here. Uh, uh, yeah, the Pokemon Company is throttling me. They don't want me to speak these truths. Uh, I wish they cared to that extent. That's a dream scenario you've described. The fact that they would care about what people have to say about their company in any capacity, that's wishful thinking. That'd be beautiful if they cared enough about what their consumers and players think about to silence them in any way. They don't have to care because I'm going to give them the $60 when they put this fucking game out anyway. Um, so yeah, it would be great, but no. Uh, so why am I continuing to buy Pokemon games if I don't like how they're releasing them? Um, so to be clear, I'm not sure that I will buy the next mainline release game, as in not Legends. I'm not sure that I will buy it. I certainly won't buy it on release. I really can't see myself doing that again with a mainline game, honestly. I will have to wait to see gameplay. I'll have to wait to know that it's good before I touch it at this point. I'm not giving them money for their main series games anymore. I don't like them enough to bother, honestly. Um, like I love Pokemon in general, but like the main series games are not really the thing I like at this point, not as much. Um, so you can say what you will about Pokemon Arceus. There are things to say, and I've discussed this on stream before already. You know, we've talked about Arceus at length. I am number one Pokemon Legends Arceus defender. I go to bat for Arceus every chance I can, because I think it's exactly what the franchise needs Pokemon to be going forward. I think Pokemon Legends is actually the crowning jewel of the Pokemon franchise, and I think that well, I know that Arceus is my favorite Pokemon game they've ever made. Um, I can't necessarily say it's the best, but it is certainly my favorite. It is by far. It's not even close, right? It's not even close. Arceus, even with it, you know, it could have used more dev time. It could have had more polish. Um, it could have had more DLC and support given to it after the fact. It could have um been perfected with another year of dev time. Even with all of that, it is my favorite Pokemon game, and it's not even close. So the truth is, it doesn't matter when they release Pokemon Legends. I will buy it, and it will be. I genuinely, it's not that I'm going to buy it and I expect it to be bad. I expect it to be good. I just don't want it yet. I I think it will actually be good. People are people are discussing like the particulars about it, like the setting and the gen and how they wish it was a different one or all that stuff. And I'm not really concerned about that. I trust them. Um, and you might not understand why, but it's the same reason why I go to bat for Game Freak in general right now, because people use the simplified language of saying of wanting to blame Game Freak, the game's developers, for the game being bad. They want to say that Game Freak doesn't know what they're doing, and that they're making all these design mistakes and writing mistakes and this, that, and the other thing. And I genuinely I don't agree, and the reason I don't is because of Pokemon Legends Arceus. if you really examine the game, even the dialogue, even like the story was a Pokemon story. It's not like incredible. If you look at that game, there's a lot of messages like directly for the players in there. It's like, hey, we're sorry. this is this is what we can do, and it's kind of great. And furthermore, my actual point is not so much that it's more the game. They just aren't being given enough time to cook. And the thing is that honestly, I don't think Arceus needed more time to cook before release. I genuinely don't. That's always the common argument. And it's true usually for Pokemon games. I don't think it needed more time to cook before release. I think it could have benefited from it, but I don't think it was actually underbaked. I just think it should have had more support after the fact. And that might be a hot take for some people. Genuinely, I think Arceus shows exactly why I actually do trust Game Freak with their game decisions. I just don't trust the Pokemon Company with their business decisions. um, and I've talked about this at length on this stream before. I can get into it again if we feel like. But basically, it's just the design of Arceus is a masterclass in. I mean, it's classic like Nintendo gameplay 101. Like they you take Pokemon. Like I can tell what their development process must have been like. Looking at that game, just having played it and looking at all the design aspects of it and everything. I agree, Kane. Um, exactly. Game Freak wants the game like. Okay, we're getting in multiple threads. I will respond to these and then I'll get back to what I was saying. I can drink water. I should probably take another break soon to get more water and stuff, but um, I do want to finish these trains of thought and then we can come back to yelling about Pokemon more. Uh, so Game Freak wants to make a good game. Nintendo and Pokemon Company don't. Yeah. The thing is, no developer wants to release a bad game. No game developer wants people to hate their game. That's not why they're there. That's not why they're making it, right? The people who are actually making it, they don't want you to hate their game. They want you to love it because they want to love it too. Um, the people making the game aren't the problem here. It's the people selling the game. That's been true, and it's still true. The people making the game are not the problem. It's the people selling the game. Genuinely. And Arceus itself shows exactly why I think that. Um, and yes, it should have had it. I wanted it to have DLC instead of having Scarlet Violet. I was hoping on that uh Pokemon Presents that year that we would see DLC for it, and we technically did. It was a free DLC, and it was a pretty small scale. It was a cool little bit of extra content, and I will give them that. But it wasn't the scale that I had hoped. It kept me playing the game for a good while longer, but I was really hoping that they would keep it even fresher, like adding more Pokemon and adding another location and more things to do. And instead, we got Scarlet and Violet. Um. So yeah, like I don't think they were done with Arceus, and I don't think they should have left it to make another game. The only reason is because DLC sells for $30 and a new game sells for $60. They would rather sell a new game. Um so Sorry, I have to take a break for a second because it's upsetting. Uh, it's fine. Like I don't need comforting or anything. It's just a bummer. It's not a big deal. It's just a fucking bummer. Um. Anyway. Uh. Train of thought. It's the capitalist environment around the production of art, not the art or the artists. Exactly. Um. And my you know el problema es el capitalismo. Go to explode. Yeah. Exactly. Um. As I was saying, so my to continue my train of thought before I address both of those chat words. Um, the game design, like as I was saying, I can see how their um structure went when they started making that game. They said, okay, what is a Pokemon game, right? What does a Pokemon game need? Like what makes a game Pokemon, and what does a Pokemon game need to be a Pokemon game? Um, and the obvious answers to that are well, you need to catch Pokemon. There need to be Pokemon. There's collectible pocket monsters, and you make them fight each other. Um, and then generally there's some kind of story or conflict, and there's places to go to find the creatures and to battle them. Um, it's like, okay, so when we started in 1998, the way we chose to do that was a turn-based strategy game, um, on a Game Boy. Now that we're on the Nintendo Switch, we can do we can do more. So, okay, our things are battling and catching Pokemon, and then obviously having a world that you exist in where things are happening. So catching. What can we do to make sure that catching feels good and is fun? What can we do? Like, what are the problems with the existing games and how catching works in them, and how do we solve those problems? Like, well, there's not really any reason to catch Pokemon except for the one you need for your decks. Because of the way we've structured Pokedexes and everything, there isn't really any reason to catch a bunch of different guys. Like, okay, uh, and furthermore, it's just the same RPG battle that you do every time to catch a Pokemon. It's not actually like interesting, innovative gameplay to do the actual catching. It's not like necessarily like the act of catching itself is not fun in the mainline games. Like, okay, so we need catching to be a. It needs to be something that is worth doing, and it needs to be fun. Um, and they said, okay, let's do that. So now you throw your Pokeball to catch the Pokemon, and you can stealth around to get in better positions to throw it at them unawares. And some Pokemon react to you differently when they see you, or some Pokemon are easier to trick or to sneak around, or they'll ambush you. Um, they made the act of catching Pokemon a little bit more realistic, and they made it more interactive and fun. They said, what is Pokemon? It's catching monsters. Okay, let's make catching monsters fun. And then they did it. And the Pokemon can beat the shit out of you personally. Yeah. Yeah, if you fuck around, you'll find out. Absolutely. They can and will kill you, as the game constantly tells you in the introduction experience to that game. If you haven't played that game in a while, like, I should, they're like, they really drill it into you that you can and will die in the wilderness in that world. In specifically in Legends world, if they don't want to support you in their town, and they throw you out into the wilds, you will die. Oh, Dolly, they kicked me out of town, and now I will die. Uh, I do recommend it. You know what, Gobsy? Don't play Legends. Um, you know, with everything I'm saying, Gobsy, I'm speaking to you directly, specifically, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Uh, you know what? It's still Pokemon. Don't play it. Wink, wink. Uh, 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 yeah, you understand. Uh, it's like how Pokemon catching battles were depicted in the Red, Blue, Yellow manga. Yeah, it's. I've been saying since it released. Like I was tweeting this on Twitter before I had a stream to talk to people on. Um, it's how I it's what Pokemon was in my brain when I was playing it in '98 as a 10-year-old, right? When I was playing Pokemon Blue with the little pixelated guys that you did your little turn-based battles with, in my mind what was actually happening was Pokemon Arceus Legends. Like that's what my imagination was making happen. It wasn't the shitty little things you see on the screen. Those things were secondary to the experience. What was actually happening was in my imagination. Um, and Arceus helped bring that to life. Uh, uh, honestly, the fact that it's still turn-based combat, I think is kind of a bummer. I don't think that the Pokemon battles need to be turn-based, but at least they made it fun. Like they cut out a lot of the chaff from the systems because they were able to because they aren't the thing with mainline Pokemon games, as I've discussed multiple times before, also, is that they are built on 25 years of designs, um, in ways that like since your Pokemon always come forward with you, and since the games themselves are meant to be like a cohesive experience from one game to the next, every innovation they do has to either be something they can throw out, like with Megas, like they do with Gigantamax and Megas and Terras. It's something that they can have for a bit and then get rid of when they don't want it anymore. A design has to either be that or it has to be something that they're prepared to support for the rest of the time that they are making Pokemon games, mainline games. Um, they added items with their current the way they work in the early 2000s. And so they still work the way they did then because there's only so much they can do to innovate on it when the series is bringing those creatures forward. It is about like building on those exact systems and the limitations that were present during development on the Game Boy, um on portable consoles. Like it was just different on handhelds. So they could only do so much, and they had to fit things within those constraints. And now they are still beholden to those um, constraints because of how their franchise has become something that is intended to sustain itself and to be cyclical in this way, so that they can milk money out of it, so that the execs can do that anyway. So a lot of the problems that are still impacting mainline Pokemon games, the things that are still weird and gross, have been there forever, and they can only really be built on top of it. It's the difference between building a new neighborhood or a new town and building over an old one, right? Like the difference between uh, uh, urban sprawl and suburbs, right? It's you have different types of settings or different ways that it's going to work. And this isn't me defend. This sounds like I'm speaking of suburbs positively. I want to assure you that I am not. In real life, the urban sprawl is actually the better case. Gentrification is awful, but uh, in game design terms, we're talking about uh um Sorry, I lost my train for half a second, and now it's just gone. Hold on. I definitely need to get more water soon. Like, I just want to wrap up my train of thought, but then I lost it. Fuck. They're limited in what they can do with the mainline games going forward because of what they've done up to this point. It's just a fact. It's just the truth. And when Arceus released, I saw people on my timeline. Uh, this was in the before Musk Twitter times. I saw people on my timeline saying things like, "Oh, this game is gonna suck if it doesn't have items or abilities. This game isn't gonna be good if they don't have those things that the games always have." People genuinely still actually thought that that was true somehow. As though those things were essential to what makes Pokemon what it is, and not just things that were added haphazardly, um, 20 to 25 years ago. People actually think that they've been trained to think that those things are what Pokemon needs, and the whole thing that the dev team was actually doing and saying with the Arceus Legends is that no, that's not actually true. We don't need those, and if we could go back and remake the game style from scratch, this is what it would look like. That's what Arceus is. It's a reimagining of the series. It's what Pokemon Sword and Shield should have been, from the get go. Like what we imagined they would do with Sword and Shield, what we imagined they would do with having Pokemon on the Switch on an actual console now, the mainline games being console games now. Um, we expected this level of redevelopment and examination in the mainline games, and we didn't get it. And that's a large part of why people still speak negatively about Sword and Shield. The truth is that Sword and Shield aren't bad mainline Pokemon games. And that's a hot fucking take, but I assure you that it is true. Um, I assure you that it is true. That for mainline games, Sword and Shield are good. Straight up. They actually, like, for what mainline games are and are doing, they are good. It's just that they aren't Switch games. They're good 3DS games. My hand to God. Those are good games. They just aren't good Nintendo Switch games. They aren't good console games, but they are good Nintendo 3DS games that exist on a console. They are exactly what we'd been getting out of mainline Pokemon. And they did it well, genuinely. The creature designs were immaculate. The area designs, a lot of the systems that they made for that, they were all good. It's just it wasn't a console game, and that's what upset people. It's that it wasn't like new animation. Like a lot of the models weren't like brand new. It was more how they develop, um, how they developed their 3DS games. They were developing it like a 3DS game still because they needed to put it out on the same schedule as they always do. They needed to release it at the same rate that they always do. So they weren't able to make a new system entirely from scratch for their mainline games, because people don't expect, like, people expected Pokemon to be a certain thing at this point. And deviating from that in their mainline games is a risk. It's a huge risk. And business people do not like risks. So of course they were going to make it be the same as their 3DS games because that's what the business people told them they wanted. Even knowing that people would be frustrated with having 3DS games on their Nintendo Switch console, knowing that that wasn't going to be good enough, they had to go forward with it because that's what they were told they needed to do. That's what they were told people were expecting them to do. And it wasn't true. People were actually expecting a new experience now that they were on consoles. We were expecting closer to what we got in Arceus. And so the reason why Sword and Shield is still reviled and considered bad is because the development time and cycle and the level of time and energy and budget that was put into making it was the same as for a 3DS game, and it doesn't look as good. It's not a good look to have a 3DS game on your Nintendo Switch. Like the hate for that game is understandable. Because it's not. It looks worse and it feels worse to have that on a Nintendo Switch rather than on a 3DS. Um, like it's not that they couldn't have made a Legend. It's not that they couldn't have made Sword and Shield into a good console game. It's not that they couldn't have made Arceus Legends when they made Sword and Shield. It's not that Sword and Shield couldn't have been Legends or better. It's that they weren't given the dev time to because they wanted to make money, and that would be a risky take to do for their main series, and it would take a lot of extra development time for making the models. So a lot of the reason why people point at that game as being shitty is because of the bad frame rates when you're online, the shitty online features that are kind of just thrown in because they're on the Switch now and they need to have those, and the models being kind of not what people want from full 3D models. Honestly, Gobsy, it really isn't as bad as people make it out to be. And that's more of a hot take and might detract from what else I'm saying. So I'm not gonna go too hard on that. But I agree with you. Uh, I don't think it's really that bad. But the public reception was certainly that it was that bad, and it still is, and that still is the perception that they get. Um, that is still the perception that they have is that the game looks bad, and that's because the models were 3DS models. Like they were ported from fucking Pokemon Sun Moon and upscaled, right? Like they were just upresed 3DS models. They weren't, new fresh models with new fresh animations. They weren't fully animated interactive battles. It was just the more 3DS nonsense, but on in a context where people were expecting something different. So the reality versus expectation is actually why people don't like Pokemon Sword and Shield. The games are actually good. Honestly, I would say Sword and Shield is better than Scarlet and Violet. I think that Scarlet Violet's story is way better, but I think the actual game, like I think that the new Pokemon and the things available and going on in Sword and Shield is actually better. I think the DLC was way better, and there's kind of not even a comparison. Um, the Little Bear was good. It was actually fun and good. Uh, is digressing a little bit, but and I haven't been reading chat because I really want to finish this train of thought so that I can go drink water. I think I have finished what I need to finish urgently. I will let y'all ruminate on that and continue to chat. I will read back over chat when I get back. I do need to go get water. So I'm gonna go do that and use the restroom and such stretch. Y'all do what you need to do and do feel free to continue to chat and yell at me for what I've said. But yeah, I'll be RB. Hello. I'm back. Let's catch up on chat, shall we? And then I can vamp as needed. Beyond that, I won't be piping for here. Let's just go here while I catch up on chat. Um. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Yes. Yes. I was having an adventure and making my best friends out of vicious beasts that tried to kill me. True. I like turn-based, so I wouldn't want them to leave that format. Fair. But they could do something like CZ Starsies did to make it more interactive. Agreed. That's totally understandable. And totally fair because I'm a person who likes action games. Like that's my preferred genre. So I would have no problem with them making it more actiony. But that's an extremely valid position. If you actively like having it be uh, turn-based so that it's easier for you to grok or process or play, or you just enjoy it more. That's totally fair and valid. And I support you. Yeah, I think what Arceus did to make the turn-based stuff more interesting um, is was really good, honestly. Like having the active, like you could choose to go fast mode or strong mode or regular mode, so that there was some thought and it was still turn based, but having those different modes and having having the like active turn meter and everything that you could see reacting as you made your decisions. Um, it made it feel a lot more. It was a lot more of a modern RPG system. It's not an RPG system from 1998 that they've had to stick with and iterate on over 25 years. um, I would love interactive battle mechanics in Pokemon, and honestly think that Arceus was a fairly good stab at it. I have my own thoughts about how they could do more with the systems that they already showed us in Arceus. I certainly can see different ways to take it to make it more actiony without necessarily having that be the default and still having um, RPG be the focus. But yeah, I think there's reasons for people to like or want both or either or options. I think it would be fun to have modes that are like you send out your Pokemon and maybe like in the Blueberry DLC where you can like become your Pokemon for a little bit. Having something like that where you like run around and do like action-based battles, but it's like a limited timer or it takes a resource, so you're not doing it all the time, and you still have your like trainer type battles where you're yelling at them and they're doing turn-based combat. um, so that the action isn't necessarily the only thing going on, and maybe it's entirely optional. That could be really fun. There could be interesting ways of implementing something like that. Um, Pokemon 2. Yeah, basically. Wooloo is so cute. Something I never thought about, but makes a lot of sense. I remember seeing that when I said Sword and Shield stuff. Yeah, I thought the game looked pretty damn good, but that was likely because I played what little I played of it on a Switch Lite, not the full Switch. Yeah, I mean, because you got the portable experience, right? At that point, you are playing a 3DS, but it's a 1DS, or it's not even a DS. It's I don't know. A Unis screen. I still don't like a lot of things about Sword and Shield, but I did like the player customization and Pokemon designs. Yeah, that's fair. Um, uh, uh, yeah, I could certainly pick apart particulars of Sword and Shield. I'm not saying it's like the best Pokemon game they ever did. Uh, I also am not sure that it's the worst. That's the thing, is that I am a little bit of a Sword and Shield defender, and the thing is, part of that, the reason why is because of the number of favorite Pokemon I have that came from Galar. Um, for people who may not know, Alcremie is my new favorite Pokemon. Period. Like Alcremie, the little cake baby, the little cake monster, is my favorite thing they ever did. So I am biased, and I do defend Sword and Shield, in the capacities that I feel it deserves defending. Right? Like I'm not. You don't have to hand it to Nintendo. I don't care. You don't. You're not required to. I like to because I like Alcremie. You're not required to. You don't have to. They don't deserve it. uh, um, the game was fine. My sole complaint continues to be the story sidelighting is for most of it. It makes sense for kids, but having the adults do everything sucks for us as players. I do want to speak to that more. I enjoyed Sword's first DLC. It wasn't outstanding, but oh well. I never finished the second one. Same, actually, Kane. I didn't finish the second one either. I kind of just stopped caring about the game, and they didn't do anything to um relatable lazy. Yeah, poverty life be like that. I also live in poverty. I've described my situation before, as to how I can still play video games and such. Is because I have someone who loves me who pays for them. But it is still rough, and I still don't get every game that I would if I had money. There's still a lot of things that I miss out on, because I don't like asking for things. I don't like asking, like, hey, can I have $60 for a video game because I feel like it? It doesn't feel good to me. I've never enjoyed doing that. Um, but I do technically have someone who will say yes when I do that every now and then. He hasn't said no yet, I guess, to put it a different way. Um, but at any rate, yeah. Enjoyed Source. Yeah, yeah. Then putting the max raid missions at the beginning was great, but it distracted me from finishing it. That's fair. Yes. Oh, like the dungeon things in the DLC. Yeah, absolutely. I haven't beaten a Pokemon game in years. They never managed to hold my attention. Likely because the stories are so bland, but I love the little guys. Extremely relatable. The little guys are so good. Cotton Candy Ponyta is incredible. Absolutely. Weeba, thank you. Galarian Ponyta does rule. Thank you. Hello, welcome back yourselves. Grimmsnarl has got to be my favorite dark type ever. Valid. Yeah, Grimmsnarl's fun. Hi, Formula. Good to see you. The combat doesn't need to go full on Pokken Tournament, but doing something to spice things up goes a long way. Absolutely. Getting Speed Blitz 2 turns back to back in Arceus seems brutal, and I might actually kind of like that. Yeah. Just an S. Yeah, true, just screen. Yeah, no, you're right. The Nintendo S. Screen. Alchemy. Wow, her. Most of my games are what I already own, Fortnite and games from Game Pass, which I scrounge to keep it free. Yeah. For the legend. Yeah. Um, so there was something specifically I was going to speak to. The story. So that kind of so yeah. The reason I think that is probably the biggest and most valid complaint for Sword and Shield is that the story felt like an afterthought. Your character felt kind of sidelined. There wasn't a whole lot going on there. It was rushed and kind of. It clearly wasn't the developer's focus, and that wording should already tell you where I'm going with this, right? Um, uh, this was the first game on the Nintendo Switch. They had to do a lot of work to make their models be what they are. And obviously, a lot of it was just upscaling from the Nintendo DS, but they still had to do all of that stuff, which they had never done for a Pokemon game before. And they have to do all that and make sure they are maintaining the brand identity for each monster, right? Because in a sense, at this point, each monster is important to uphold its like what it represents to the brand. It's not a small task to port that to a new console, a new type of games platform. It's not trivial. That's clearly where their focus was put, on that and on having updated systems, having the Gigantamax, having the raids and the online aspects for the raids, um, and just making the game exist at all was clearly their focus. And the story, much as we were sidelined in it, it was sidelined for them. Um, and Scarlet Violet is the inverse of Sword and Shield. Uh, Scarlet and Violet showed us what they can do if they do focus on the story. You know, they had a lot of people complaining about the story in Sword and Shield, and then they came out with Scarlet Violet, and it was one of the best Pokemon stories they've made. The base game, the DLC was obviously an afterthought, but that just speaks to all the other problems and ultimately the capitalism. Exactly, Gobsy. Every one of these little freaks is someone's favorite, and you got to do right by them. Absolutely. So that's where their focus went, instead of the story, and instead of the frame rate, and instead of making sure that the trees don't have pop in. Um, they went into making sure the freaks worked, and that was true in Scarlet and Violet as well. Like they wanted the freaks to look good and perform correctly and be good, and that's what they did. They focused on the freaks, and it showed. Everyone that played that game that I saw commenting on it said basically the same thing as far as like, man, there's a lot of rough edges here. The systems are clearly pretty rushed, and there's a lot of haste in this design. But hey, the combat, the gameplay, and the little animals are still exactly what you expect them to be. So like pretty much everyone has that take on that game. Is that like with everything that was shorted, the monsters and their designs and their animations and things were not one of them. That was not one of the things in which they lacked. It was more just overall polish and everything. Um, and back to what I was saying, the point I was making regarding the story stuff, like Sword and Shield was a weak story, and obviously they were told that. Whether or not by the business people, I don't know. Um, but obviously they to some extent they're going to see player feedback, even if it doesn't always feel like it, because the business people don't give them the time to react to it. So because they don't care about the player feedback, they care about the player's money. Um, so obviously, like the people at Game Freak, the developers probably wanted to make sure they made the story more fun this time. They probably put concerted effort into it, and it shows in the way that the story plays out in Scarlet and Violet. It's actually genuinely good. Outside of the DLC, obviously, the DLC is unfortunately an asterisk because it was not that good. But the main game and your friends, your group of freaks and all the little animal freaks that you all have with you, those were all done well in the base game. They put effort into making that fun and making the story good. Um, the end of that story hits really hard. They wanted to make it hit hard, and so they did. Um, uh, but then obviously they didn't have enough time to make. I mean, because the business guys are like, "Hey, we need an open world for this one. Make it an open world. I don't care what you got to do." Um, and you know that maybe didn't go so well. um, the DLC epilogue looked fun at least because Carmine wasn't there. Yes. Let me turn this down a bit more. I do love Chevelle. I want to listen to them, but we're gonna make it a little quieter. Um, Scarvy DLC feels like it was written by an entirely different team who didn't even bother to read a summary of the base game story. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, a lot of the characters in like Penny is a lot of people's favorite, and she's one of my favorites for sure. Uh, transcoded little computer dork. They're very good. Yeah, it's interesting is actually Snack my partner Snackaloop on Blue Sky. I asked them what they think about Carmine because don't really watch streams that much anymore. Um, so they didn't really have other people's opinions like on the stuff circulating, and so for them they were kind of treating it like how they love the characters that you hate that you're supposed to like the you love to hate him type characters in Dark Souls and stuff. They were basically like, she sucks. It's great. Oh yeah, she's awful. She's garbage. I love her. She's my favorite. She's a garbage human being, and it's cool. Which obviously, for those of us who watched Slug play that game, that was not our feeling, and that was not our takeaway because the ways that we focused on it together, and in having conversations with each other and multiple perspectives, we understood that some people were genuinely uncomfortable with Carmine as a character, and they're extremely valid for feeling that way because she was genuinely kind of abusive. Um, Not everyone had someone who is dedicated to ensuring that they keep their community safe and are critically consuming their media and helping their community contextualize that media as well as Slug does. Right? Most people don't have that. A lot of people are playing the games alone. So they will come away from it having had a different experience and having different feelings about those characters as a result. Um, and for those of us who had that experience, it seems bizarre to us that anyone could like Carmine. But that's because we helped each other contextualize her. And we had Slug. If someone wants to, I know he doesn't need a shout out, but you can shout out Slug anyway because I love him and I'm talking about him and his content being good. Um, he is worth the follow, and his Pokemon streams were great, even if the games were bad. Because he makes it fun, and he also helps you contextualize the shitty aspects of them, and the characters that we or the chatters that we watch those games with also help you contextualize it. Um, so for us, yeah, Carmine is an awful fucking character, and the more you look at her and think about her, the more you realize just how awful it is. And for us, it stopped being a yeah, she sucks, it's great, it's fun, kind of thing because we spent so much time just focusing on exactly how awful she was and how much it felt like gaslighting and abuse. And it just wasn't fun for us, and it was genuinely triggering for some people in chat. Um, like we have that context, and so for us, not as easy to enjoy that character in that way. Um, I usually like bastard characters too, as long as the story acknowledges them as a terrible person. They're treated as such, which they didn't do with Carmine. They treated her as if you know she was liked. I'm the person who love characters that suck. I can see myself loving Carmine if I played the game on my own. Communally experiencing a character like Carmine is painful and unfun, as are most I love to hate them kind of characters. Exactly, Glottal. That's a good summary of basically what I was saying. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, I don't have anything to add. You're right. You're right because I'm right, and you said what I said in a concise way. So we're both right. Good job. Like Patches, for example. Horrible little garbage man. 10 out of 10. Would punt again. True. Hi, Fish and Stick. Hello. Good to see you. We're rambling and ranting. We're piping. I hope you're doing well. Right now we're on a Pokemon Sunlock. That I forced on myself that I didn't necessarily need to, but I felt I should. Because it was gonna come up one way or another eventually. So I can just be like, hey, go watch. Well, I don't have my VODs actually published on YouTube. They are all saved there, but not for you to see them yet. At some point you will. Let's see how good this is. Let's see how I did. We see some red there. It's a pretty good light up on the lower half here. We have red, and yeah, we have a couple of those unlinked. We're good up here. It's just this area. I did this without the water in there to show me this. I can feel pretty good about that. Um, what? My gut is telling me this one, and I think I'm right. Yeah, I am. And we're done. Boom. Done. He's cartoonishly terrible. Yeah, mustache twirling. Yep. Carmine is genuinely someone you could meet in your day-to-day life. Yeah, exactly. We piped it. Yeah, it's weird that I'm good at this, but apparently I am. Um. Oh. Okay, let's go back to easy mode. um. Do I have anything else really to say? I guess I did want to talk more about the actual reveal and everything. Um. Because yeah, when we watched the direct with Slug, we had chatter opinions and Slug's opinion, and I'm not directly arguing. I'm not going to be directly arguing with Slug in any capacity. In his house, he is correct. In my house, I'm correct. Uh, uh, so and I have the ability to articulate things, and he isn't even here. So obviously, I'm not starting beef. But for my feeling, like though honestly, I was pretty aligned with everything he was saying, and I think we're kind of in agreement in terms of like there isn't really anything to say about what's here right now. I don't really have any excitement or any speculations or anything to really say about it being, in Kalos and what they may or may not do. I don't really have anything interesting to say about that. Um, I can tell you that I wasn't the Slug and some other folks were disappointed that they were going to Kalos instead of somewhere else. Next, but for my own part, I don't really mind it's kind of whatever to me. Um, because I want a million Legends games, but I want them slowly. I want them more slowly. But I definitely want multiple expressions of this, and I'm fine with them doing it in whatever order. I can handle it. I'm fine with Kalos being next. Um, and I like my take on this is fairly boring. My take is basically it's a little bit of a hot take. I trust Game Freak. Arceus, and the thought and care that they put into the design of that game, and the clear understanding of what Pokemon is and is about and should be about going forward. In a environment where they don't have to do the same thing that they've been doing for 25 years, where they can do things a little differently. Um, they earned my trust. As I've said multiple times already this stream and plenty in others also. Arceus Legends is my favorite Pokemon game, and that's not an exaggeration or in any capacity like unearned or undeserved or just like recency bias or anything like that. It is purely because they put care and thought into the designs and they did a good job with them. As far as making it a fun game, and so I trust them to do that again. I fully trust them. They are going to do exactly what they're gonna do, and I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. I trust whatever they do with the Kalos stuff to work and be fun and cool. I trust them. I trust the devs. I don't trust the business people. I don't know if they're gonna have enough time to make it polished and work to the extent that I would like it to. I can't speak to that. I can't speak to the quality of the um, polish of it, or how well it all works together, because they're not going to be given enough time to make it all work together. Which is still the same problem and the same discourse we've been having about Pokemon for years and years and years. That hasn't changed, and it's not going to change. Because the Pokemon Company won't let it change. Um, but I can say for what they are able to do, for what they will be able to do in whatever time they have, I trust them to do it well. I trust them to do it right. So I'm not too concerned about any of that, and I don't really have anything in particular to say about it. I can't say that I'm excited. Um, my stance, I wouldn't even call it cautious optimism or anything like. I wouldn't say that I'm optimistic. I wouldn't say that I like for me it's just I know that it will be good. Um, but I don't feel particularly hopeful or excited about it. I don't feel particularly interested in it yet. Um, I didn't want to hear about it yet. And it sucks to be like a downer in this capacity when there's a lot of people who are excited about new Pokemon announcements still. I I can't imagine being one of them. As I've said before, them announcing Scarlet Violet, while I was still actively playing and enjoying and hoping for a lot more time and investment in Arceus, having them announce the next thing sort of crushed me. It sort of instantly killed any care that I could have had um, for their announcements and things going forward. Um, I loved Legends, and I wanted them to respect the love I had for it. And it's not so much that I wanted them to, I guess. It's more that they didn't. They just straight up didn't, and I was left to sort how I feel about that, and have ultimately decided I hate them for it, and that don't. I'm not gonna care about their announcements ever again, because I don't want them at the rate that they're making them. I simply don't. I don't need this much Pokemon. I would rather them have time to make it good. I'd rather them have time to make it like. Let me correct myself. They will make it good. I would rather them have time to make it great. Um, but it's capitalism. They're not going to. They're not going to have time to. And so, in that sense, I can't really say that I am optimistic. Uh, I feel pretty crushed by it still, because it is ultimately just the capitalist machine at work, exactly as I hoped it wouldn't be. Is the game still going to be good and worth playing? And do I still trust the devs to do everything they can with the time and budget and directions that they're given? I do. I trust them to make something worth playing and buying. But I'm not happy about it. I didn't want it yet. I'm not happy about it. I'm not excited for it. I'm not optimistic about it. I know that it will be good, but I'm not happy about it. I can't be happy about it. They killed my ability to be happy about it when they crushed my existing excitement by trying to make me excited for buying a new product. I can't be their good little consumer. I don't really want to be either. Uh, yeah, I think that kind of sums it up my feelings pretty well. Is like I didn't want it to go this way, and obviously I knew it would. We all knew we were gonna get a big game announcement here. It's not a surprise. It's not unexpected. It's just disappointing. It's not that I didn't think they would or I wasn't expecting them to. It's that I hoped that they wouldn't. And obviously, I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed because I love Pokemon a lot. I love the series. I love the animals. I genuinely really do, and I can see that the developers do too. Um, but the systems that we exist and live under and work under, uh, make it such that our voices aren't the ones that matter. Um, all that really matters is the money and the people who want the money. Uh, so I don't know. It ultimately, in that sense, I'm a little cynical about this. I'm very much jaded about it. I can't call myself optimistic because I'm just upset. I'm honestly just sad. I'm honestly just sad. It just hurts because I want to be able to freely love this without having to throw an hour long conversation worth of asterisks at it and explaining like exactly why I do and don't like certain aspects of it. You just can't talk about Pokemon without it being the discourse. You can't talk about Pokemon without having a full discussion because the full discussion is relevant to it. Like it doesn't exist without that. And I wish it could. I wish it could. And I feel cheated by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company for not being able to. I don't appreciate their development cycle. Um, the the cash grab aspect. Like these games shouldn't be cash grabs, and the devs try to put as much heart into them as they can to make them not be or feel like cash grabs, but ultimately the business people are making cash grabs. These are straight up cash grabs, and you can't really call it otherwise. You can't really say it's anything but, and it's just a bummer. Same, Traves. Yeah. Um, I'd have infinite. I have no faith. Like I said earlier, I don't know that I want to buy. Like honestly, I would prefer to just not buy mainline games anymore. I'm certainly not buying them like at launch without seeing any gameplay or anything. Like I can't do that anymore. I didn't enjoy like ultimately I did end up thinking that Scarlet was worth it with the way its story played out and everything. But I still just kind of upset because it felt like I was grifted. Ultimately, I felt like I got robbed, and I kind of did. Honestly, we kind of did. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to think about a new mainline game anytime soon. I fuck them in their mainline games. I do better. Do if you want me to care, do better. All right. Uh, Legends though, I will buy it. And I want to buy it. I want to have it. I want to play it. I just don't want it in 2025. I could wait till 2026. Yeah, fuck you, delay me. Um, Mia. I've talked a lot. We ended up really getting into it with the Pokemon shit. I've been talking for an hour and a half straight. Um, I'm gonna drink more water. Yeah, I'm not sure that I have much left to say or that can really be said about Pokemon or my feelings on it. Um, let's enjoy a Pokemon for a moment. I think I think we should palate cleanse this by looking at a little guy. Um, let's just let's just go to um let's just go to Cerebi and let's just pull up a fucking guy. Let's just find a guy. So talking about um Gen 8 Pokemon who became favorites in their categories. We need to talk about Appletoon. He's a dry little pie man. Look, look, look at him. Apple pie man. Creature. Fucking animal. But also a pie. Apple. Absolute unit of a creature. We love them. Honestly, like a good chunk of my gym team. Have we talked about this? Have we talked about my gym team? Oh, I'm ready, Kane. Yeah, I'm ready for that shit. Give it to me. Yeah. This is Hydra Apple rules. Oh, I absolutely used it. Well, I had to use Flapple because I got Sword. I didn't have easy access to Appletoon. I got them fairly late in the game. I did end up getting them. Snack helped me get it, but I didn't have it for like actual gameplay. Yeah, I don't think we did talk about gym team stream team gym stream. Um, we can do that. I don't know if I have a good outlet for it. I didn't mean to press that. I'm glad I changed that to. I'm glad I removed my Gmail from that spot, which is what I would have accidentally just pressed if I hadn't. Um, I am looking. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. My team of five are a gym leader. Yes. Um, so my gimmick. Dragons are good. I love Dragapult also. Yeah, Dreepy specifically I love. Though they're not actually on this overall grid because uh Poltegeist. So this is something that most people know. Most people know at this point that I um oh, you went with Dragapult. I see. Yes. Thank you for clarifying. I didn't get that. But yeah, it is known that I enjoy food type Pokemon. I love the guys that are shaped like food. Not because I want to eat them. To be clear, please don't make jokes about eating my favorite Pokemon in my stream. Uh, I will not appreciate it. Uh, just to be 100% clear with my boundaries, do not talk about eating Pokemon. Uh, uh, in my streams. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. And I don't find it funny. Um, these are my little guys. These are my friends. Uh, uh, they are shaped like food, but they are not for you to eat. And I don't need to discuss the mechanics of that or how certain ones actually are edible in certain ways without harming. Whatever. I don't care. Shut up. Don't tell me about it. Don't talk to me about eating them. I don't care. Um, so I'm a fairy type trainer, obviously. If this is a surprise to you, no, it isn't. um, the thing is that beyond just being a fairy type trainer, um, I would have a bakery gimmick. Um, so my my first pass, my team is a fairy team. When you first fight me, you get my and I have to do this jankily because it only lets you pull from the guys you've picked here. Um, when will they make fairy type rabbit? I know. Um, so let's put little bread dog here actually. So my first pass team when you fight me in the early 20s or whatever, level 20 to 30 range, whatever. Um, you'll find my little bread dog. And you'll find. Oh, hold on. Actually, we need to. Act. I fucked it. I fucked it. Oh, this is awkward. It's all kinds of fucked. Hold on. Let's try this again. Um. Okay, bread dog. And I need to change you to. Wait, no, I don't. I need to change you, Sylveon, to Slurpuff. So, little bread dog or big bread dog, both of them, either one would work depending on what level you fight me at. The way this works is really awkward. They assume that your team is your favorites, which isn't necessarily true here, because I'm doing a specific theme. Um, Alchemy, of course. Wait, hold on. Can I? Good, perfect. Getting the correct alchemy type is important. It's the strawberry swirl with the heart candies. That is the canonical bean alchemy. Um, so cute little bread dog. A dog made of bread would be so soft. It's true. Little and he's not baked yet. So unbaked bread dog. Um, cream puff animal and frosted cake animal. This is my early team. This is the first pass. You get a nice easy. They're all pure fairy types. You beat them with your steel and your poison, and you go on your merry way. And I say, "Oh man, hey, have some sweets about it or whatever." "Oh man, that sucks. That's cool. Hey, good job." Uh, and I go about my day. I go back to the hustle and bustle of owning a bakery and being a gym bakery leader. Um, and then and then you come and fuck with me again after I've already given you my badge, and you say, "Hey, I'm here to embarrass you again," and I say, "Oh no, 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 you aren't. I'm gonna get you." So let's clear. Can we clear? No, I don't want to reset the grid. Okay, you're not. It's not actually that. I'll have to change it differently. Um, because I know I had a specific order for how I wanted this arranged. I don't remember it exactly. Oh, I think Slurpuff might go here. So we'll put um. Hold on. Uh, yeah. Alchemy being my ace, obviously. She'd be the one I end with either way. Yeah. Let's go top to down, left or right, so that it's like you and then you. Oh, in that case, I can actually make this Slurpuff. So the top is our fairy types, but so we start with the bread dog. This time he's evolved and good. Um, and then we go from bread dog, I think, into um Appletun. Uh, and Appletun into Slurpuff, and then Slurpuff into um. Hold on. I know he's on here. I think specifically fire type Rotom. Microwave. Oven man. It's got oven mitts for hands, but they're on fire and electricity. Uh, And this might be. Hold on, I think I know how I want to arrange this. This doesn't matter, but I'm thinking about it, so I'm doing it like this. I lied. I'm redoing how I think about it. You were Appleton. Michael Wave Rotom. Yep. Um. So right out of the gate, no, like, it's awkward because I don't want two non-fairies back to back, but I think it has to be that way because Alchemy is the ace, and I want to start with a fairy. Like, I want to start with Bread Dog. So Bread Dog into Michael Wave, into Slurpuff, into Appletoon, and then into Poltegeist, and then into Alchemy. So our coverage here becomes silly. It becomes funny. You come in with your poison and steel types, expecting to roll me over, and you immediately are faced with a fire type, and then a ghost type, and a dragon type, and you don't know what the fuck to do. I get you. I get you. It's not that complicated. It's still a gym battle. It still won't be that hard. But we in it. We trying. Um, that's my bakery team. Is that my intro team is all fairy, and then everything you get on the second pass is not fairy. Everything else is food themed but not fairy. Um, yeah, you get the added variety. You get the real fighting flavor on the second try. My intro to the second one would be something like, "Well, you'll see I've expanded my menu, and you might find some surprising flavors." Uh, Gym leader Emily sends out Rotom. Like, what? What? Fuck. Honestly, Rotom being the lead would actually be great. Rotom into Doc Spun, into Appletoon, into Slurpuff, into Poltegeist, and then into Alchemy. You thought the first battle was the full power of food Pokemon. Exactly, exactly. Donjon Pokemon Meshi. um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Bakery team. First, we heat up the oven, then move on to the first course. Some bread and appetizer. And then the rest of it is sweets and a little ghost made of tea. I really like the idea of gyms that have a theme instead of being strictly type based. Me too. The one that like put this idea in my head was the dragon guy in Sword and Shield. His thing was actually he was like weather based, and not all of his guys were dragons. Some of them didn't have dragon typing at all. He was like the weather. Yeah, Raihan. He was like the weather trainer, and he had a Duraludon in there. But he was like weather based, and he had some guys that weren't dragons, which I thought was great. I liked that, and that kind of became the basis for this idea. I was like, oh, you could do that as a show. That would be fun because I love all of the like. Three of these guys are from Gen 8, and one of them is from Gen 9. And then you have Rotom and then Slurpuff from Gen 6. So, yeah, I liked the other. I liked a variety of types in Gen 8. I wish there was a way to have Score Bunny in here, But the flavor of Rotom instead is just it's too good for me to. Yeah, his gym wasn't all that interesting, but um, it being weather type was a cool idea. I thought. Um, I liked that aspect. Regardless of the quality of, I don't give a shit about the encounters or whatever. Uh, uh, I love Bunny. I love Rabbit. Look at look at Bunny Rabbit. Look at this fucking thing. I love this fucking thing. It's ridiculous. Hey, hey, I'm a little guy. I'm a teenage guy. Hey, I'm a big guy. I'm big guy with a huge fireball. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh fuck. It's a little guy again. Because this is Digimon now, and I can become the little guy again. Yay! Like a good Monster Hunter franchise, or a good Monster Hunter, a good Monster Tamer would have you do. Have you de-evolve, de-digivolve. Did I? Hold on. Look, 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 look. Did I? Mouse. Um, Hamster. True, hamster. True. It's them. Not only is it cool, it also encourages more dynamic strategy. You can't just go in with a Pokemon with type advantage and expect to sweep the whole thing solo. Exactly. I mean, you can still over level it or whatever, or meta train your assholes or whatever, but fuck you, theoretical gym challenger. Play the game right. Um. Okay. I think it's almost midnight. I know it's almost midnight. I think that's probably a stream. That's probably a stream in the bucket or whatever. I think we did a stream, y'all. I think we streamed it. We did some pipes. I ranted and rambled sufficiently. Um, I think we streamed it. I think we did it. Uh, I hope y'all had fun. I know I had a good time. Uh, duh, duh, duh. Kind of like that one time in the black and white anime where Ash literally showed up to a gym with a single Pokemon, just he thought he could sweep their team. That's funny. Ash is a goober. Let's find a friend. I, uh, I'm not sure that I have a friend to stream to raid. I'm not really familiar. Like, you know that thing where like you only peripherally know another streamer and you don't really feel comfortable rating them because you don't really know their thing. I'm having that. I have a couple people on my follows that I could raid, but I would feel weird about it, so I don't want to. Oops, oops, all neurodivergence. Um, if no one has any suggestions, I might just send you on your way, and ask you to disperse as you will. Um, to save myself the social anxiety. I'm starting to fade pretty fast. I'm kind of running out of energy. I need to stop talking. So rather than have to think about this or talk about this at all anymore, I'm gonna. I I think I'm gonna go to bed. We're gonna raid into bedtime. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. Um, yeah. Have a good sleep. Thank you for the stream. I need something completely unrelated to what I've been working on. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Glottal. Thank you, Traves, and thank you, everybody. Um, whether you were here for a little bit, a lot of it, or all of it, beginning, middle, or end, lurking or chatting, stopping in, heading out, whatever. I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you. Thank you very much. If you're watching the VOD, hi. Sorry for the silent rambling. But I hope you liked it. Um, and thank you for watching. Thank you everyone. Um, you probably won't see me until next week, I'm gonna guess. Outside of stream chat, obviously, you can't escape me. I live in the Umber and the Slugs halls, their walls and their halls. Um, you will see me. Uh, but watch out. Um, so I will see you. And then I will stream at you again next week, I'm sure. Um, uh, uh, yeah. Uh, y'all have a good night. You will see her, but you will not hear her. True. Y'all have a good night. Thank you very much for spending time and chatting with me. Um, and I will see you next time. Have a goodbye.